Hey guys, so today I'm coloring in another Genshin Impact drawing that I did. This is of Scaramouche, which is a new character. I don't know when his release date is, to be honest, but my friend has seen people, I think testers and stuff like that, or people playing certain all of the new characters, but basically there's some leaks on the internet for the play styles and stuff like that. I haven't searched up anything honestly for Scaramouche because I want it to be a surprise. I haven't seen him yet in the story. I know there are some YouTube channels where they're like, oh, the Scaramouche story and stuff like that. I think those are all leaks because for people testing and stuff like that. Because to be honest, we haven't really seen him in the story yet. So yeah, apparently he's a bad guy. He's one of the Fatui, but I think his design is really cool. I like his hat. He is from Inazuma, but to be honest, Inazuma is supposed to be like this Japanese place, while Liyue is supposed to be kind of representing China. But to be honest, the hat really reminds me of the Chinese hats you get, but that can go either way because to be honest, some cultural fashion stuff with Chinese and also Japanese is similar in a way. So yeah, I like his hair. His hair is really short. I think he has this long braid at the back, but I didn't manage to draw it just because most of his outfit is covering like, you can't see the back of his head anyways. But basically, I started off with a light purple and then I switched it over to a darker purple and I added blue to shade it in. His hair kind of looks like this purpley blue color. He is an electro character, which is super cool. Um, I haven't really found any electro characters that I like so far. There's Lisa, but I don't really like her playstyle. It feels like some playstyles, I prefer the characters with the swords more just because some playstyles feel like you're just poking the character. Even if it does a lot of damage, I don't really like some of the animation in terms of that. It just depends on who you are. I know my friend, he chooses, some stuff if he feels like it's gonna feel fun to play with, or for example, if the animations are really pretty, then he'll choose them. For me, I choose based on character because that's more me, character design, but also playstyle as well. Most of my characters use short swords or claymore swords, which are the larger swords, but basically I use those because those feel like they're hitting hard, even if they do small damage too. But yeah, I really like Scaramouche's design. He's actually very tiny in terms of his height wise. I would compare him to Shout and either I believe. They're both really short. A lot of the characters in the game that I notice that I like tend to be shorter, which is funny because I really do I normally like average to taller characters, but this game is full of a lot of short characters. So in the end, I can see it's more based on design for me now. Scaramouche is supposed to be really bad in terms of character. He's not a good guy, but my friend said he's supposed to be even worse because he's mean to even Fatui, which is the group that he works with, which are basically supposed to be the villains of the story, but I don't know. I think his design's really cool and just overall super pretty. Um, he had a lot of elements to him, to be honest. His clothing is kind of really, it was difficult to color in, so I went based on color again. So I'm coloring in the purple stuff first, and then you'll see me move to red. There's some white stuff which I leave, and then I move on to black for the majority of his clothing is technically black. He has a lot of dangling from his outfit, to be honest, which like was kind of complicated to draw. I was looking at this reference where he kind of has his head a little bit down, and then he's trying to lift his hat a little bit, so I wanted to go for that. I thought this would be like a different pose, especially like with his hand touching his hat. Um, but yeah, overall, the details, I used two references to figure out like the different details and stuff like that. But I think I simplified some stuff. The part that was the most confusing to me was actually that middle part, the trinket that he has, like the pendant thing. There was just so much going on because it's supposed to look like this electro thing, but it was like the details. The details were a bit difficult to draw on that scale just because every time I do the smaller stuff, it's a smaller scale and it's really difficult for me to add detail to small things. So I did my best. I hope it looks fine. um I like the layering of his clothes. It's really I don't know, something about like how everything goes like as a V is super pretty. I just find that that design looks nice. Again, he has these red things that are kind of like folds of fabric that are just dangling from his belt. You'll notice he has so many things to the point where I was kind of like, I'll just go by color. For a lot of the Genshin characters, to be honest, I don't go specifically, I've said this in another video where I don't go specifically by the because usually I color in the body and the face and then the hair and then I color in the shirt, then the pants. But for these guys, they have so many things where I would get confused, um and probably I would forget what color I used on, like, if there's like red on the hat and red on his clothing. So I decided, so I would probably forget what shade, so I decided to just go for like what's the same color as the other pieces of clothing. Um yeah, his sleeves are interesting. I'm pretty sure I did not draw that sleeve properly, the one where it shows the length of it. There's like a long part to it. I like how it's the short sleeve but has like dangly pieces of fabric too. Um, but man, the hat kind of looks super heavy because it has like all these big parts on it, and also it has like stuff hanging from it. It's super cool, but at the same time, it looks pretty heavy. I'm not gonna lie. um, I like his gloves, just his overall design. I have to say, like, I like it in general. I still need to draw Goru, which is a Kazuha's friend. But I'm still have to draw him. I haven't been making as many videos as I would like throughout the whole week, to be honest, because I'm working full time, so it's really difficult for me to like find time to do certain things. Um, and then on the weekends, I want to relax, but my only relaxing day is literally Sunday because I don't work Sundays. But on like in terms of like relaxing on other days, I don't really get that much. So yeah. But anyways, the whole I want to draw more is kind of like being pushed back. So hopefully I get to that. Also, I want to make more videos, but I haven't found as much time as I would like. So hopefully I get to that as well. Um, Now I'm just coloring in his outfit all the black areas. He has like, I didn't color it in yet, but the back of his hat does have like this piece of fabric hanging from it. So I didn't color that in till last because I thought it might confuse me in general with like all the different layers going on. So I decided to color in his outfit first and then go for the hat, like the back of the hat later. I don't know why when I opened like two to three different dark gray markers for this black area. To be fairly honest, for some reason, most of them look like they were drying out, and that might be because I have no AC on, so it's really like humid in my room, so that might affect like my markers and stuff like that. But I noticed for those markers, especially, they just are running out of ink somehow, even though, like, I'm pretty sure I switched to new ones. I'm just trying to shade in, like, I was trying to shade in all of the black areas of his outfit. It's pretty complicated. And now I'm moving on to the back of his hat, which has, like, that, big piece of fabric that I said. His hat looks super, again, it looks super heavy. It looks like something that would be difficult to wear in battle, but I guess it's super light. Um, but all the details make it look like it's this heavy piece of like clothing to have on your head. To be honest, the way that I drew the neck and the pose, it kind of like in the end I kind of didn't really like how his neck turned out. It kind of looked weird to me, but at the same time I did draw it correctly. Now I'm just outlining everything. If you guys want to see his full process pictures, it will be in my description box below. All my social medias there. You can like and follow those. I'll be posting the pictures of his sketch and his color and outlining. Yeah, that's basically it. Um, Overall, I kind of enjoyed this drawing. I thought it would be more difficult to do than it actually was for me. I guess I'm getting better at drawing like these little details and everything like that. Usually I don't do that for like my own characters, like my dragon shapeshifters. They don't have this much detail for clothing. But honestly, this was a cool way of doing that. But yeah, I also wanted to draw myself as like a Genshin Impact character, but I'm not too sure how I would go about designing the clothing yet. So eventually I'll probably get there. So yeah, all in all, I think this drawing turned out pretty well. There's a little like the only thing was like the black marker not coming out the way that I wanted it. So yeah. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye.